Welcome to the stream, friends and family.
Hello from the children of planet Hello from the children of
So bespoke post, they just send.
What's up, ready? Could y'all hear me? Was I muted this whole time? Let me try this again. Good morning. All right. Opening inside of DD bands, check, check, check. Rational market trading below triple B. This means the market's not going to be choppy, vaults anymore. VIX and decay leading into the expiration month. Expiration of the month tends to be a slower climb up. Be nice to hit that 4,600 level again sometime. I do think we are going to work our way higher rather than lower, with the VIX being like this and decay. So we're going to have razor sharp pivots, of course, across liquidity maps. And hopefully rational open is going to be a pretty nice, easy play. A good read. We can hear the music. I'll be right back. Will DD be drawn on SPY and QQQ? No, there's no DD calculation for equities. It's a futures thing. They're not. DD is a futures calculation. SPY is not futures. Because it's not down the return element. Is that better? Check, check, check. Make sure that, hold on. Can you hear me? Is that better? There we go. Reading the news. We're getting started today with consumer confidence in 35 minutes. JOLTS coming out 35 minutes as well. There's gonna be big numbers moving the market. All right, let's go. My mic is not on. I'm eating breakfast and talking on his face. Get access to futures, a lifetime member. Do you have to deposit with EdgeClear? If you want access to futures data, you have to go buy futures data through EdgeClear. They'll set you up with it. It's $1 a month for a top of book per exchange, and they if you open a brokerage account with any of the brokers, I mean, any of the FCMs they work with, it's the same price. So whatever is going on, whenever they require, I think $500 is the account minimum to have, and then they'll just deduct $1 for exchange from that account. Madison, yes, that's correct. Okay. You'll need futures data to automate some of the automations here, like the new alerts coming out. DD breaks, risk interval alerts like on VIX, Catalyst when we do that, red lines, yellow lines, DD. All that's going to be requiring futures data if you want that in your options of tools. Yeah, like as Leah said, think of it like this. Think of it as like a pre-charged debit card. Deposit the money, they deduct $1, take it back when you're done. If you have to maintain the 500 deposit, like whatever, even, okay, if that's the case, Joe, like I said, I have no idea, Joe. If that's the case, then put in 600. I mean, whatever it is. I don't know how it works. I said this is one thing I want everybody to notice. Is that whatever relationship you guys have with EdgeClear has nothing to do with us. So we're not troubleshooting that. We have to be very clear that the broker is the broker. They just supply data. It's an optional thing for you. So whatever arrangement they have with you guys, you'll have to ask them. Are the DD bands on EdgeClear? I have no idea what you're saying, Rowan, what that even means. We're very clear in the announcements that what all this means. If you want automated futures tools, you need a futures account. That's it. That's it. We've been saying the same thing for like a month now. Y'all got to pay attention to the... Sandy, $24 a month if you want level 2 data. It's $13 a month for level 2 data. $24 if you want all the exchanges. Level 2 data. Top of book is $1 an exchange. You don't need level 2 data. Like I said, they're $24 is all 4 exchanges for level 2. You don't need level 2 data. That's too much. It doesn't do anything. All right, let's go. Get ready. Market's opening. I'm connected to EdgeClear. Rock, so we're not accept a symbol for ES. Glenn, if you're connected right here, it should work. If there's just send a screenshot of what's not working. It's working. If you type in like f.us.epu23. When you type in the symbol, what happens? All right, DD bands for applying different levels between your Sierra 1 hour. Our DD bands should be. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. $442.5. All right, 442.5 hedge pressure. That looks pretty good. Belong up S&P with a 21 resilience. So these numbers are actually looking pretty good for the market to support here for a nice little dip to run up. I think Nasdaq's also looking the same way. So I think that this is a nice, easy play today with maybe a 1-point stop below that. So I like what I see. Rather be an update today. Sandy, I'm telling you, level 1 is $1. Level 2 is $13 for exchange. $24 for all 4 exchanges. You guys have to learn how this works. I keep telling you guys how it works. Hey, what's up, Anne-Marie? We do news and announcements in the Discord, so that's where you guys can see everything. Glenn, if the symbol doesn't show up, make sure you're connected. Make sure that your futures socket is connected. It might not be connected. Okay. Does everybody understand the difference between level 1 and level 2 data? And we have a tech support in Discord if you guys have any questions. The stream is, I'll help you guys, but they're pretty much, if y'all pay attention there, there's a lot of information floating around. People will walk you through it. Okay. All right. So bull long up, right? We're looking for hedge pressure support, open, hedge open. Any support through here goes up. DD band for a bull long up is the actual support. Resilience being greater than 0. Outside the box, we're supporting a DD. Easy setup. So Glenn, if you go here and type in like /EP star, hit it. I'm sorry, /EP star in the symbol search. Tell me if you see that. All right, nice. Okay. You see how, Glenn, if you do the placeholder for the star, like this, do you see this right here? You see this, Glenn? If you click the futures contract, it should show up. What happens when you click it? Nice little update today. I like what I see. Let's run monthly maps real quick. All monthly map, nice and clean. Bull markets are back. Love it, love it, love it. Sandy, are we clear on the question you had? Because you didn't respond that you understood what I was saying when I asked, does everyone understand what I'm saying? If you're confused, I can still explain it to you, but when you guys ask a question, I clarify it. If you don't mind telling me you get it or you don't get it, because it feels weird. It's like, it feels weird if y'all don't respond. I'm like, did you even hear me? It's looking good. Okay, good. Good deal. Sandy, do you understand what I said? Okay, well, I only explained it once. If she asks again, somebody else explain it to her. The difference between level 1 and level 2 data. Level 1 data is just candles. All you need is candle data to power your tools. Level 2 data is the depth of market on the DOM. You don't need that to trade. No, you never will need to buy level 2 data. Level 2 data is such a 1990s thing. Modern traders do not use level 2 data. It's a waste of your money to pay 10, 12 bucks a month for it. You're not looking at the bid and ask while you trade. The numbers are mostly spoofed, algorithmic, junk, jargon, market makers. It means nothing. You don't ever pay for level 2 data. I mean, you can if you want to, but like, why pay $12 when you can pay $1? Anne Marie's, yep, she's like, her yellows use. These days it's useless. I mean, it's just like back in the day, it used to mean something. Those are real orders parked by real institutions or real traders. You know, really, you know, when orders could be shifted so slowly when you're trading on the floor and things like that. Now with computers, it's just a flurry of just noise, and most of it's just, you know, liquidity buffering and spoofing and just junk jargon. And in reality, even if it was useful data, your eyes can't process it fast enough to even make it useful. So as a day trader, you would never, when I see people like streamers and stuff with the level 2 on their screen, it looks like they're burning a hole in their retina. It's like flickering lights and colors. I don't know how they do it. Okay. Well, I guess Sandy, hopefully she got the answer to the question. That seems, she likes to ask the question and then disappeared. So hopefully she understands what we said. So level, the way that they do it is if you get $1 per exchange or $13 for level 2. So that's level 1, that's level 2. And then they have there's a package, it's like $24 for all exchanges, like all of them that we have for level 2. So it's like these two are categorized together. You want one exchange is 13, you want all 4 is 24, something like that. If you want to piecemeal like I do, buy all 4 level 1s for $4 a month. CME, CBOT, NYMEX, COMEX, and you're done. What up, Mark? All right, so see NVIDIA looking at this bull long up, moving higher. Apple, all signs are looking pretty decent bullish today. Apple bull long up. Let's go ahead and run. Let's not do that. Go current session. All right. Double checking a couple of things here. So I think the developer might have been logged into my account here. Troubleshooting the DD van thing. Okay, looks good, looks good. One of the things to do on this kind of a favorites watch list that I have is to be able to switch quickly between equities and futures tickers. So let's see if that works really well. Okay. Okay, one more thing here. Okay, let's give you guys a quickie little lesson. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna. All right. All right, y'all, we're back. Can y'all hear me? All right. No clue what happened there, but we're back. My computer just literally froze. It's been happening for about like a couple weeks. My computer just freezes for whatever reason, locks up, blue screen of death. Not really sure. So I'm troubleshooting right now. Something in the watch list. So I don't know if I've created a huge memory leak in the platform that's just draining my computer resources, but we back. All right. No, I didn't install any new hardware lately. And that's a great, usually that's, where's my music here? Let's get ready for JOLTS. They're coming out in 10 minutes. My student over here just closed her long positions for $600. Great job there. Obviously closing before you go into an event. Nice little dip, probably a long to take. Like I said, I can't wait to get back to actually trading on the stream with all the stuff I'm dealing with, releasing the new releases and such. I don't get no time to pay attention to this. So in a week or two, we're going to be back to that trading challenge. Can't wait. Excited. Just wake up, trade, done. All right. I'll smash that like button really quick if you can. I haven't installed any new hardware since I built the computer. Have y'all seen my computer? Have I show it
So
to
we
you?
decided to modernize their invention.
Allow me
Pros made
to
to
show
fill that
you
shoulder gap
my computer
optimized
looks
for
like.
support, comfort, and cooling. You can
Y'all
roll
are gonna
from side
freak
to
out.
side for uninterrupted side sleep.
I'm a PC.
Original pillow
Hold on.
And it's not just a great pillow for sleeping.
I'm a PC building aficionado. I've been building computers.
For office naps.
Oh, what's going on here? Why is there a commercial playing? Oh my god, y'all are. Oh my goodness. All right, that's better. Have my volume turned off. All right. Goodness gracious. All right, life's back to normal. All right, let me show you on my computer real quick. All right. I like the login. Up-a-doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay. Smaller. Okay. JOLTS come out once a month, and JOLTS are. I'll talk you guys through it real quick. Yeah, jobs. Correct. All right. So everybody, save info. All right, cool. Let's go. Let me show on my computer, my latest build on my computer here. All right, can y'all see this right here? Hold on. Let's see on my screen. Okay, cool. This is my latest build here. I built this last Christmas, and so I haven't installed any hardware because I'd have to take this all apart. So I'm not really doing anything other than just, I think what's happening is the platform is causing there's a memory leak somewhere, or something's stalling up, and it's, or some new conflict with the Windows release or something. But lately my computer's been freezing up, and it's pretty stable. I checked to see if it was like overheating or my overclock was becoming unsteady. I actually declocked it a little bit. It's still hanging in there. So, LEDs take whole power. Not really. Not these. I have that, not like off of these. The power supply I have is more than adequate for it. So I have two CPUs in my computer. You can see them right here. I'll draw them real quick. This is two computers in this box. I can notice that. There's computer number 1. Here's computer number 2. So this is an ITX mini board down here, which is I got a capture card and controls the streaming. This is my main PC that does everything else. So there's an output here that goes into an input there, and this processes and renders and can broadcast out. So I got basically a dual build. So this has two 3080 Ti's, and it's all like a water cooled system with the distro plate. Yeah, I like just like cool diffusers. Now my normal color scheme is in the rainbow color, but like when you first plug it in, that's the default. But this is one of my favorite builds I've ever done, except for that too. That wonky fucking thing was. It's got some weird. It was like I had to shift it over 8 inches. I burned my hand bending that tube right there. Y'all see how it's a little snaky and crooked because this didn't perfectly line up here. Literally had to shift it over 8 inches. 6/8 of an inch or 3/4. So I had to get a little bit of an angle, and it was hard to just because you wanted to like create this like little U-bend like that, and it's such a small piece, it was impossible without collapsing it. So what I had to do was like I had to just get this thing really hot and just bend it in 2 places, and I burned my hand that day. Ah, the woes of building computers. Chad, Matt, this is my favorite tube bend I've ever done. This one came out perfect. There's a slight 2 degree gradient slope on this, in case you don't notice. Like this is not actually parallel. To create additional NPSH on the pump, here's my engineering. Here's me flexing my engineering muscles. I create gravitational drain on that to ensure no bubbles get caught in here. All bubbles float all the way back up in here so I don't cavitate the pump. It's now this slightly angled bend there. Ooh. That's Chad flex on computer builds right there. Anyways, that's my PC. So I saved up for 2 years components just to build it, because in COVID you couldn't find anything. So I was buying things little by little by little and finally put it together. Okay, that's my computer. Oh, Anne Marie. Yeah, you'll be fine. It's almost impossible to electrocute yourself with a computer. The amperages and voltages are both very low. But don't ever stick metal against any of the pins on some. Now again, let me start over. You can kill yourself touching a computer at the wrong place. But for the most part, as long as you have everything unplugged, snapping components in and out, it's totally fine. They've made computer building these days almost idiot proof. It's like everything is standardized, so everything you buy fits with everything you buy. Very rarely will you buy a component from like a major company like NVIDIA or AMD that won't fit with everything else. So the standards are pretty good now. The ATX, which is the standard for the motherboard, which is the main board that everything connects to, has been the standard for decades. So the format never really changes. The computer is a very simple thing. You basically buy a board, you buy your RAM sticks, they just snap into place. You buy your CPU, snap into place. And instructions come with all the components and piece it together. And then graphics cards. The basic components of the computer is the power supply, computer, RAM, and graphics card, and motherboard. That's really all you need. And then cooling for it. Usually it comes with like a fan or something. All this extra Razzmatazz is like, this is a cooling system that just keeps the computer really cool because I have a lot of stuff in here. There's no noise. This thing is completely silent because it's real efficient. Like all these parts you see here, all of this is just for cooling the computer down. These are like, yeah. But yeah, it's fun. Adult Legos, yeah, it's actually it's a pretty fun hobby. The problem with building a system like this is that, yeah, JOLTS coming out in 3 minutes. I'm just chilling until JOLTS, everybody. So I'm waiting for Dip to buy on JOLTS. Let me try to check that out in a second. Is that like if I need to switch out a component, I got to take everything apart and drain the water. It's a huge pain in the ass. So once you lock into a water cooling system, it's hard to swap things out without having to be very, like, you have to kind of start taking things apart and it's full with liquid. You zapped yourself before, it's not fun. I actually shocked myself, not building this computer, but after I built this computer, I was back there adjusting some fan springs and I actually touched the back part of where the back plate. Now normally the back plate is grounded because it's touching the board and the chassis and everything, but this, where my hand was resting on the back plate while I was adjusting some of the, like one of my fans light was blinking. So I was like, okay, maybe the plug was bad. And I tried to unplug it and my pinky finger went in between the back plate's back hole and touched some of the solder contacts on the back of the motherboard. And it felt like a bee sting real quick. Now it wasn't that bad of a shock, but I was like, it kind of felt like putting a 12-volt battery on your tongue. I was like, ooh, that wasn't good. PC Par Picker can show it does and doesn't work together. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Anne-Marie, it's actually not too bad. And a cool, I don't know if you guys have, we have a store called Micro Center. I don't know if that's a Houston store or whatever, but it's just like a computer store that sells components. And people like computer stores are really helpful if you want to build something. They'll tell you everything you need to do. And you can build a pretty decent PC for like less than you would buy it from like a Alienware or something. If you place the components out, you can probably get it for like 60% of what they would charge you. They put like overhead in the branding and crap. Is that, oh, what components do I have? I have, blah, blah, blah. I listed them here. All right, we got one more to JOLTS. Actually, just let me show you on CPZ real quick. This is a 12900 KS. This is a 10900, I believe. So my processor is all Intel 12th gen. So 12900 KS unlocked. It's DDR5 RAM. It's Dominator. Corsair Dominator is the best RAM you can buy currently right now. So it's DDR5 machine, which is new as of like last year. 3080 Ti's. I know the 4000 series came out, but I buy every other series graphics card. So 3080s are here. This is a 10900. You don't need a lot for a streaming. And these are DDR4 mini ITX 590. And then this is this main board is a Maximus 690 Extreme. All right, let's go. JOLTS are out. Let's read it. All right, coming through, reading them JOLTS, baby. All right, ooh, that's a huge miss. Okay. So JOLTS coming out hella good today. 8.8 is the lowest it's been in a year against a 9.4 forecast. 8.8 is a huge beat. Huge beat. I love this. I love this. Great. All right, hold on, let me report on that. All right, guys, we got the JOLTS just came out. Sorry to chime in here. This JOLTS report is this is the lowest it has been on the actual JOLTS since, as far as I can see, 8.82. This is the lowest it's been in over a year plus. A huge beat on the 9.4 forecast to 8.8. That's massive. So again, JOLTS coming down is implying that people are getting their jobs back because the continuing jobless claims are also coming down. The other time JOLTS come down could also be because jobs are being eliminated in bad times. But when you see JOLTS come down and job opening or unemployment claims go up, it means that companies want to hire 3 people and they decide, okay, I don't want this person anymore. I don't want this job anymore. I need to close down this job opening. So when great setup, guys. Oh, H150 for you talking about the Corsair water cooling 150? My old, actually before I built this computer, my old head. Okay, so yeah, market's still pushing higher. I do like this on those JOLTS numbers. Those are pretty good. No, this is not the H150 is like an I remember those, like an all-in-one cooling unit. But this is all pieced together. So I know the H150 has like a CPU block with braided cables that connect to your radiator. They're actually pretty good. No, this is all done. This is all bought together, or this is all bought separately. So as you see, like I have EK water blocks. This is a Velocity 2. The best. Well, this is one of the best water blocks you can. It just looks so clean. So I have EK water block, EK reservoir, EK water block there, and EK right there. That's still, yeah. So here's a lesson, everybody. All right, JOLTS came out, right? So my student and I are over here training. We're watching, and anytime you're leading into a report, you always want to take some profit or close out. And then of course we see the market moving on that good JOLTS number, and then she's like, "Oh damn, it moved up." But we didn't trade, right? Because we don't gamble on news reports, because half the time it goes down that much. And so when you see it, you don't say, "Oh well, I missed out. Maybe I should get in." You try to opportunistically look for a trade that might be there. You love Micro Center? I know, right? Is there a Micro Center in other cities? I didn't know if that was like a Houston store or a Texas store. Micro Center, like I go there sometimes just to fucking go there. Like I'll go there and walk the aisles, just like my girlfriend goes to Costco just to walk the aisles. It's like my catharsis. Did DD just hit? When they're shopping at Micro Center. No, not yet. So DD 44.75 today. This is great. Micro Center Atlanta. Oh, nice. Some cities you drive from OKC to Dallas to go there. It's right. Like it reminds me of the old days of, I know in the 90s we had like Circuit City and stores like that, which are more like electronic stores and not just computer stores. And then Radio Shack was like a component store, but it was like for like solder geeks, like people that built circuit boards. You can buy like any kind of resistors and capacitors. You can buy like all the components you need to make a circuit board. You didn't really have like a computer component store. So like Micro Center is a massive computer component store, and it's the size of a Walmart. And they got everything there from like desks. They have an Apple section. You can buy Apple stuff. They've got like backpacks, power supplies. They got a whole aisle of keyboards, a whole aisle of mouses. You can basically buy mice. You can buy pretty much anything there. It's a great little store. Doing Elite Trader Funding Challenge right now, and it's so fun. Rowan, killing it. NQDD hit? Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, that is so fucking beautiful. So that's the end of the day anyways. You guys love that? How are y'all loving your rocket scooter experience? By the way, how are you loving the Pro Plus experience if you update? Livewire has an XPS 17 decked out. Oh, dude, XPSs are great. And being around 3800 fully decked out works as good as your desktop rig. Oh, yeah. You know, and it's funny because like back in the day, you know, you had so this is basically the end of the long. Like as a day trader, I would be done right now. I would let this do its thing and just call it a day. Right? Once you hit the upper DD bands, you pretty much call it a day and let it be done. I remember with like Circuit City, right? Component stores or like electronic stores, they kind of fell to the wayside when everybody would buy everything online, right? At that point. So how does Micro Center, a store that's like a Walmart for computer components, thrive? And it is packed every time I go there. I think there's a resurgence in certain forms of retail where, you know, as a geek or a person that likes tech, some things you just don't want to go online and buy. Like you want to buy a TV, you want to go into the store and look at the TV and then make the purchase there. Or you want to go in there and actually shop around. Like there's just like a cool feel to it. And I don't know what the magic is, but when I go in there, it's like, you know, I like being in this store. And for whatever reason, it's a store that by design should fail. Like it should completely be losing to Amazon, but whatever it is full of people and thriving. And I just like going there and have fun when I go there. Rowan says, can you check that on Thinkorswim? So if you, for the risk, for DD bands going forward, you guys have to have the risk intervals to get the DD bands. And I know I show them on the stream, but in all honesty, this is a paid feature. So going forward, I'm not going to be showing DD bands on the stream anymore after today. So you guys have to have Pro Plus to get them. And we're going to have DD bands listed for you here. So you'll have them yourself. Just FYI. Yeah, just booked 3% gain, day trading account, nice live wire, killing it. Maybe you want to chat up with fellow geeks, get some confirmation on what you. Yeah, like just hanging. It's kind of fun just to go to the store and like when I try to design my computer, like it's funny. I was talking about my computer to one guy who was behind the counter. I was asking him if they had certain components, and by the end of the conversation, like people one at a time were like walking it behind him to eavesdrop. All the employees were then listening to me at the end of it. They were like. One guy comes out, he's like, wait, you're putting two computers in one box. He's like, I've heard people are doing dual builds. He's like, wait, so you're going to get that power supply that powers two ATX boards at once? He's like, I've never seen anybody even use that before. I heard about it. So it was funny because because dual builds they're starting to become a little more popular with streamers, but like this is like first generation dual build with the Fantech stuff. So it was just kind of hilarious me geeking out with one dude and then everyone else is like peeking over his shoulder to like, look at my notes and be like, whoa, I can't wait to see what you're building. It was kind of a fun geek moment. While everyone else kind of crowded around to hear the tale of how I was going to design this. So yeah, it is kind of fun to hang out with other PC building geeks. How to process to get those to the daily bands. We'll do a webinar today to teach you how to do that. It's in the videos, but we'll walk you through it. All you do is you take the close of futures the previous day at 5 o'clock Eastern, and then you add and subtract a risk interval from it. It's very simple. CB consumer confidence number. Oh, let's talk about that in a second. right. Conference board consumer confidence, and I don't know the construct of the CB, who's in this, but and I don't know what goes into this data point. I'll be fully honest. Let's Google that. It's a consumer confidence has to do with predicting consumer spending, but I don't know what goes into the calculation. Who they poll or who they ask, or usually there are surveys or something. Consumer confidence, the conference board. Here we go. Let's open it up. Like the PMI is a survey that Chicago purchasing managers, as a group of companies, they ask them. Let's look up the CB. Again, not every report is meaningful to everybody. This is a survey. Let's read what it is. All right. U.S. Consumer Confidence CB Conference Board, like Consumer Confidence Index. I'm gonna see what goes into it. This monthly report details consumer attitudes, blah, blah, blah. Now, again, the data points that go into it, I don't know, but it looks like it's a survey, and I don't know who they ask. A lot of these things are surveys. They ask like a set of people, like I said. I could probably dig through here. So the CBs, conference board. These quantitative groups just do market research and how they get this number. I'd like to see. Maybe it's probably, I don't know if it's proprietary. I'll tell you. This monthly report details consumer attitudes, blah, 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 and data available, age, income, 9 regions, top 8 states. So whoever they're polling to get this information, this tells you what it is. Either way, the JOLTS is more important. Consumer confidence being above 100, I think, is the sign that things are just decent. Predict consumer spending. I would say the biggest factor of consumer spending would be holidays, employment, vacation. Like, people are on vacation, they're going to spend more. It's a holiday, people are going to spend more. So there's probably some seasonality to this number. I'm just guessing. If you try to predict spending, I'm sure you'd see a little seasonal wave. But I think in general, it just, like looking at what it does, it matches very, very closely with recessions and pullbacks. Right? So when it's back over 100, you can just see that the economy or market is healthy in your growth period. Like, this was the bubble, the 2000s. This was the post-84 market crash, rally and bubble, the Reagan years. And then, of course, you had your 2020 COVID, and you're back above here. So anything above 100 is periods of economic boom, right? Everybody knows that 84 to 87 was an economic boom. A little bit of a recession or a little bit of a recession-ish early 90s. The stock market still rallied for the most part for like a 20-year period, all the way up until the 2000 crash. So above 100, it seems to just reflect a general attitude. And of course, you know, when you're above 100, which you are now, it just it reflects the state of people's willingness and ability to spend money, which is a direct reflection of A, their employment status, and B, if there's something to spend money on, you have to have an adequate supply of goods. Which GDP going up is an adequate supply of goods. You also have to have things being affordable, and inflation going down. People will likely have more desire to spend money. If something costs less, they'll more likely buy something. So it's an overall health reflection of those things. And of course, I would say seasonality, you know, consumer confidences would be really high in the Christmas time and things like that. Give Nicole something to suck on. Oh, okay. I mean, oh, you mean a cough drop? Oh, all right. Her ears perked up when I said that. Everybody's talking about poor Nicole right now. Never poor Matt. Matt also is coughing too. Yeah, it's the cats. Matt would be. You know what Nicole? What I did when Nicole she went on a trip to visit her old coworkers for a week. She comes home. I cleaned the house top to bottom, all 4 floors, every single door frame, crown molding, everything. I wiped the dust down. I pulled out every piece of furniture from the wall, cleaned the back of it, wiped. I used Lysol wipes and literally sterilized the whole house because of allergies. Look at that. I'm a good boyfriend. That's right. It's like 2 days cleaning. There's a lot of dust in here. We work too much. Give Nicole a cough drop, peppermint, manuka honey. There you go. Our cats. All right, so we'll do a Zoom call in a couple hours. We'll go over DD bands and we'll train. I'm going to start getting ready for that. Now, again, I don't want to film the video until we have the DD bands here to reference it. But we'll go over some things today. Like we're going to restart the boot camp. Pro Plus, folks, make sure you get signed up for Pro Plus. So you can get your risk intervals going forward. I was talking a little bit ago about the CB consumer confidence number, which also came out. I know we focus a lot more on the JOLTS. I was actually digging through some historic data. This might be useful to some of y'all. But this consumer confidence number, obviously it reflects just general booms in the economy. I was seeing other times and it was above 100. And it was easy to see that like after like the 84 recession, through the 80s, all the way up until like the early 90s, this number was well above 100. In the late 90s, Clinton era rally, you had a, consumer confidence as high as 140. Post-COVID, you had consumer confidence. Pre-COVID, you had consumer confidence as high as 140 as well. So anytime it's been below 100 or significantly below 100 has been during recessions. 2008, 2001, the late 80s recession, the early 84 recession, these things where these numbers are really low. Anytime it's been floating at 100 like it is right now, the market has just steadily traded higher. So with the number being 106 and being, steadily above 100, it's just reflecting all kinds of things. People are going to spend money, and this, what we're trying to figure out with this, all the data that goes into this, but people's willingness to spend money is a reflection of the state of employment, the cost of goods, seasonality, like you spend more money during the holidays and things like that. But it wouldn't be a high confidence number if you weren't anticipating the ability for people, and you need adequate supply of things to buy as well. And so all those things are reflected in the jobs numbers and GDP and people being employed and ready to spend money. This is good signs for the economy, even though, the bears are saying there's a credit thing looming. I think that overall, right now, it's not looming now. And all this data is saying that right now, the market's still confident enough. And if we're being stupid and blind to something, then we're being stupid and blind, but people are clearly, data is looking good. Short term, medium term, all signs are looking great for the economy. Can't argue with the data. Can't argue with that. All right, y'all. Neil, the move, and Marie. Killing it. One of my favorite futures traders. You guys don't know her. You got to go give her a follow. She's awesome. Love her content. Matt, can you Pro Plus sign up for boot camp for educators? Can Pro Plus sign up for boot camp? Yeah, Pro Plus is get access to the boot camp. Yes, sirree. Okay, in about 2 hours, we'll do some Zoom calls. Kind of relax on this. Great, easy day. I don't know. Have any of you guys and girls seen the Alanis Morissette Jagged Little Pill Broadway show, the musical? I was looking at the schedule of things going on in town, and I was like, Alanis Morissette made a musical. I didn't know that. If you have seen it, is it any good? This tool really does rock. A lot of headache to be at work. Thank you. Well, appreciate you very much. Okay. So just showing you guys really quick monthly map on SPY. We'll kind of go through that really quick. I know I didn't know it existed either. I was looking at that and I was just completely floored. I was like, oh, I wonder if it's any good. I wonder if it stars. I wonder if it's like maybe they just sing all of her songs and put in the skits. Maybe when they play that song You Ought to Know, maybe they reenact a scene of Dave Coulier having a girl going down on him in a theater, as the line suggests. If somebody's playing Uncle Joey in that musical, I'm gonna see it. Y'all remember that? I should go down on you and a theater. I remember that fucking song. Okay, finalizing up, bull long up, really good hedge pressure support. If you support at open price through the redistribution zone, a positive resilience is support at the outside of the box. You trade to upper DD band, which we did. And that's just a great run-up play. This is all textbook today. DD ratio greater than half, which means we're supporting bull zone. All things are great. Bull zone support, hedge pressure support to open, resilience is positive, support here, trade to DD band. First thing I drew at the beginning of the stream. Everything was nice and clean today. Nothing was bad. Bull market is back, looking great. I like it. Monthly map also shows the same thing. Bull market is back in play. I made a tweet about that earlier. What you do is you look for the bottom of bull zones. The deeper that pocket goes, the bottom of the dark gray, the more people that are long or the more forced hand longing as calls go further in the money. The next thing is the top of the bear zone. As it's further out of the money, fewer and fewer people are going to be forced hand shorting and more likely to cover. So the fact that they both slope down, you have more people longing and shorts covering. Double power. We're back to rallying. Easy as that. Made a tweet about it last week. You guys can see this yourself if you have the monthly maps in the platform. Like this. Boom. Just FYI, I know we're creating a lot of new stuff. I want you guys to get used to the culture here. As of right now, we made everything for Pro platform. We're going to be moving some things to Pro Plus and some things to Pro. Now that we have enough features, there's going to be differences between Lite, Pro, and Pro Plus. And down the road, Lite might even be a whole separate package. It's not just the Lite app. You have to understand that we do reserve the right to change features and move features around. Sometimes new features have extended costs that come to us. We can't afford to give them to you at $35 sometimes. It becomes a point that if we move something around and you're unhappy because you were in a plan, you can't see it anymore, or it becomes something you can't pay for, you don't want to pay for, whatever the case may be, always reach out to us and, and then just let us know, if there's something you want or something you don't want. We're going to make decisions to move things around, which makes sense for the company. And so just get used to that. We don't do that a lot, but like an example is we have a conversation that monthly maps might become a Pro Plus feature as well. I mean, as we build things, there has to be a reason to have good, good, medium, high tier things. So if monthly maps go Pro Plus, well, we might not, it might stay Pro. But as we said, there might be times when things shift around. But we're not going to ask anybody to pay any more money if they've locked something in. So that's one of the deals we've made. If you locked in a monthly subscription, you get to keep that rate no matter what. So currently Pro Plus price has gone up $40 a month additional. But if you locked it in, you don't have to do that. So you actually locked in. And so everybody should be good. And we're going to make sure it's always like that. So if you remember now, I'm going to kind of get out of here and call us a day. If you remember now, just know that your price that you have is locked in. So message us if you're like, hey, where's that feature I like or whatever. We'll make sure you're in. You should all be Pro Plus anyways, but if you're not, send us a message and make sure you're all there. Okay, that's it. Nice clean day. Looks like bull market's back to rallying. I like what I see. Nice clean up move. CV consumer confidence plus JOLTS looking great. Economic data is decent. I don't know, credit event looming. Bears are screaming for sky to fall, but you can't argue with good data. Good jobs data, good GDP data. Consumer confidence good. Market, at least for now, is blind to any problems that are going on in the longer term effect of the macro. Longer term macro could be bad. I mean, we do have inflation, we do have credit events looming, the yield curve's flipped, all the things you'd see in a recession. It still doesn't mean we can't trade higher before lower. Doesn't mean we can't rally a little bit. Optimism in markets and short-term bullishness always supersede long-term bearishness. People tend to panic and sell on bad news, as we saw the first hit on the market was that Fitch downgrade. That was the first sign of reality that got the market back to where it is. But without bad news events and catalysts, the market is going to have a hard time reacting when it's not volatile. And that's the key to take away. VIX in decline shows that people aren't forecasting a tumultuous, volatile market. They're expecting things to be clean and easy. So it's going to take a bad news surprise to derail the market as is. All right, we'll see y'all later.